I just love the idea of having to fight literally invisible zombies, and not even just invisible human zombies. Like, there's like the bird, the alligator.
Yeah.
Gators.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gator.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and everything between, and welcome to another bizarre episode of Super Fancom. I'm Retro Rick, and we have another Jojo the Bizarre another Jojo episode for you. Tonight, I'm joined by my partner from an upcoming project we're working on called "Have You Seen Any Good Movies Lately?" where we watch a movie, and sometimes with others, or sometimes they watch it alone, and we do trivia talking about it. Welcome, Chris.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Chris. It's good to be on the show.
Yep.
Yeah, working on that project, Rick. Hopefully that will be event. I mean, are you good from? We'll talk about it after the show.
Yeah,
but
allegedly.
yeah, I mean, allegedly. It's going to be about Air Bud, though. So keep that on the back of your brains. Everyone's favorite dog movie.
Yes. Returning to the show is Taiga.
Moriocho Radio.
Mario Joe.
I have to hand it to this Kira cosplayer, one of my favorites. Returning is Cass.
Hi, I'm gay and dumb as shit.
Lit.
Welcome.
And welcome our special guest from Twitter. We have Mama Dio, a.k.a. Lady Bloof.
How am I supposed to follow that up?
I don't know how any of us would.
Because that would have been my intro. Well, all right.
Okay, here we are, and the last time we all, well, other than you, Bloof, we got together, talked about Golden Wind. It was about to start.
Oh, that was fun.
And now that it was ended, or we can see the Purple Haze OVA, maybe. How did you all think David Pro did for the season's arc?
It's pretty good.
I like how the budget for Diamond is Unbreakable was like $4, and that's like a fucking Stanley Kubrick film for Oreo. Sure makes me feel great.
All those CGI cars, man. That says everything.
They had to put all the budget into sculpting Sekko's beautiful ass.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Sekko's the bottom bitch.
That boy dummy thick.
All those copies of Diavolo ain't cheap, you know?
Chocolate got those cheeks clapping. I'll see you later.
Do Sekko have the booty? He do.
he did.
Oh, boy, dude.
Oh, man.
You got those filthy prank vibes. That's what makes Sekko so hot, in all actuality.
Oh, no.
I just love that Sekko was voiced by Kenshiro Orahishi, who basically voices bottom bitches. Jaden from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, Dino from Hitman Reborn, and Ronald Knox from Black Butler.
Good.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, like super power bottom.
Speaking of voice actors, for people who've been watching Dr. Stone, isn't one of the guys, Tsukasa, voiced by a JoJo character? Like, I'm getting some Bucciolati vibes from him.
It probably is.
I cannot confirm or deny that, but he does look like that Tsukasa guy looks like a JoJo character.
For real.
100%. Like
one of the last Pillar Men.
Yeah.
Well, maybe a part 8.
Yeah, then you got
rock person.
Narancha voiced.
Oh, yeah.
Narancha's voiced by Daki Yamatsuda, who's Midoriya from My Hero Academia.
It's Deku!
Oh, wow!
Oh, my God.
He's my least favorite character.
Aww.
Oh, well, I guess it's okay to be wrong.
Then you have Jinochi Sube, who does Abakio.
Yes.
My wife.
Undertaker from Black Butler.
Ooh.
Young Darby from Stardust. And
Oh, that's right!
Yep.
And Professor Aizawa from My Hero.
Okay, so I went to see who else the voice actor for Sekko voices, because I wanted to see, like, who else there was that is, in fact, a bottom bitch, and I don't recognize, like, any of these fucking series.
Yeah, I didn't really know that voice.
Okay, but can we talk about my boy Kosuke Toriumi, who plays Mista?
Oh, he's so good.
He's great. And he's actually been in a yaoi. I've seen him in a BL game called Togai no no Chi by the lovely people at Nitro Chiral. So you're in for a treat.
Oh my.
You say Nitro Chiral and I immediately want to go commit Sudoku.
Oh.
I'm having more flashbacks.
Oh boy. War never changes.
Why are we here? Now Metal Gear podcast. I'll be your host. So which snake is the thickest?
It's obviously Naked Snake.
Naked.
Yeah, big boss daddy.
Yeah.
Nick.
I can agree with that.
Okay. As of right now, including all the supplemental material, we have a total of 232 stands.
Jesus Christ.
How did
That's
we...
fucking crazy.
Okay, but
I
let's
heard
not
consider-
count Jorge Joestar because I'd like to choose that doesn't exist. We're going to get shanked for that opinion, and I'm totally fine with that.
Over the
All those white snakes. How could you hate that?
32 cars up nice.
Yes.
Yep, 32 perfect men. Wait, what?
They're nice cars, so they are.
Yes.
No, there's one nice cars.
Well, I guess there is, but he's the best friend, so
You
know.
can tell that one's nice because he has blue eyes.
That book.
We've seen a lot of unique abilities from stands, like destroying the planet, reshaping the universe, motion turning, and the curse of money.
Milagro, man.
Yes.
Oh boy.
But as Funny Valentine once said, there's always a balance between the positives and negatives. So let's, to set us back to zero, there are some really bad and weak stands, which is the worst. But before we get into that, let's talk about what we think is like our favorites.
Oh, wonderful.
Cass, you start us off.
Take a wild fucking guess, buddy. Okay, so number one is obviously Killer Queen. Obviously.
Good.
You cannot tell me I am wrong with the shadow of a fucking doubt. It is a pink cat man who
Giant
turns
pink
things
cat
into
man.
mops. That
Hell yeah.
shit slaps. Two is Stray Cat. Obviously.
What about part 8 Killer Queen? With fucking bubbles.
You mean the one that's used
And two
by
testicles.
fucking Spider-Man 3 emo Peter Parker Kira?
Yes.
No. Number 3 in my list, because I'm going for 3 here, is Civil War, used by Axl Rowe in
Oh, really?
All Run. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm not certain I've ever heard anyone say they liked that stand.
It's the ability of it is just so fucking cool.
I mean,
It's
it is, I suppose.
really underrated stand because people are like, oh, I like Star Platinum. Oh, I like Jack Man. I like Crazy Diamond. Shut the fuck up.
The most basic of bitches.
The most basic of bitches. If you ain't out here standing D&G, who the fuck are you really?
Oh my god. No, I don't like Yo-Yo Ma.
Die, perish. You are weak and will not survive the winter.
Bloof, you're up next.
Oh, wonderful. Well, there are no weak and strong stands. It's only the way that sorry, it's Survivor is the weakest stand.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yes,
I
but
can
it's
scrap
okay.
that Panel.
My favorite stand is White Snake.
That's valid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, White Snake is cool.
I have a lot of reasons for it.
Yeah, your Twitter is full of it.
Oh yeah, I'd like to talk about him, but I just find it. I know a lot of people don't actually like White Snake because sometimes he just does things and it's like what what ability is that? And I'm like, I don't care. He's cool.
Can I be the first to say White Snake hot?
White Snake is extremely hot.
Now, can White Snake get it?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Confirmed.
But I just think it's a fascinating stand. I'm biased in that the world is also one of my favorite stands.
Never would have guessed.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
Well,
it's the boyfriend, so.
Well,
yeah.
wait.
Oh, I am.
Are we talking part 3 the world or part 7 the world?
Part 3.
Okay. That's the
I-
superior world.
Yes, I am not actually a massive fan of that Diego. I like Dinosaur Diego a lot more.
Understandable.
He's a dinosaur.
Yeah, he's a dinosaur. I'm like, well, I like that it's Dio again, but the dinosaur aspect was pretty
Dinosaur.
good.
It's Dio.
Yeah,
He's
it's
on a
good.
horse.
And it's a dinosaur.
Yes.
Like,
Dinosaur.
it's pretty great.
Can't get cooler than that.
Yeah, it's like dinosaur zombies. Like,
Yeah.
That's pretty much as JoJo as it gets.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have it's hard for me to tell exactly what my like third favorite is because that changes a lot, kind of depending on what I'm like looking at or reading or whatever, but I do really like Purple Haze a lot.
It's cool.
Cheese boy.
Like that design is fantastic.
Agreed.
I think I like stands a lot more too, depending on aesthetics of them. Sometimes the ability, I'm like, well, that's a cool ability, but it doesn't look that cool. And then I'll be like, but Purple Haze looks awesome. Love it.
Okay, Chris?
All right, so I think for me, my third favorite stand is definitely D4C. You know, awesome
Hell yeah.
stand. Like, the Bunny Man doesn't get enough love by the JoJo's fandom yet. And it's like, it's just the ability is so cool. Like, I just don't think you could ever, like, see that in too many other things. Just like, I'll close myself in between a door. I'm outie. Like, it's... And Funny Valentine is just a great villain, too, so that really helps. He didn't do anything wrong. He did it all...
He did a lot wrong.
I love that, like,
He did it for
panels
America.
where Funny Valentine looks like Aaron Hansen.
Oh, God.
I've seen that.
He does.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, that panel too, where he's like looking out the window and calling everyone peasants. It's like where he's all short and is like peasants.
Bitch, that's Joffrey.
I'm gonna also throw out, like, number 2 is gonna be like Beach Boy. Just like really cool fight, really awesome design. Pesci also doesn't get enough love.
I do like Pesci a lot.
I love
Pesci. He gets like a whole character arc, which almost no villains in JoJo's get. And, then it's all thrown out at the end, of course. But,
Wow.
But, just like a really cool ability. And I think for me, my number one is like Weather Report, who's just like awesome. Just like just controlling the weather is like such a like wide open ability that like it just lends itself to like so many cool things and great scenes in part 6.
Yeah, for Weather Report too, he never just does anything that you would expect a stand that controls the weather to do.
Yeah.
It's never just like, oh, I made it. It's not like it's raining. It's like it's raining frogs.
Yeah, poison frogs, got them.
Yeah, like why not? Or let's make spacesuits out of whatever oxygen is left in this room.
Yeah, that's like pretty OP, And I mean, I think it just really like credits how creative Araki is with like, like making situations for his characters to be in.
Yeah. Who brought up Limp Bizkit right there? That was
that was me.
Invisible Zombies.
Flaccid Pancake.
Invisible alligators.
Flaccid Pancake.
Flaccid Pancake does not get enough love because
Flaccid
people
Pancake.
explore Max and they're like, who the fuck is this clown? Oh, he's dead? Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Because
It's pretty good.
he's literally just a catalyst. But the fucking stand itself, like, invisible zombies, that's
It's pretty good.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that arc actually a lot. I just love the idea of having to fight literally invisible zombies and not even just invisible human zombies. Like, there's like the bird, the alligator.
Yeah.
Gators.
Yeah. Gators.
Wow.
Gators in Florida.
Yeah. It's a cool stand.
That shit slaps.
That just happens to be named Limp
Gucci
Bizkit.
is Florida man.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
everything.
Taiga, you're up.
Okay, mine are gonna be kind of weird. Just a heads up.
Here we go.
But not like the fun weird, but like the why would you do this weird.
Oh.
So for number 3, I'm gonna have to pick harvest, and not for the reasons you're all thinking.
Because you can
Real
make a
talk,
lot of
I'm
money.
kind of clumsy and lose shit all the time, so it'd be really helpful for me to have like a stand that could just like find my shit.
Shigetsu deserved it.
Yeah.
He really did, though.
No,
Yeah.
he was a
Shigechi-
middle school child.
Exactly.
They're all assholes.
Suck
No.
to suck.
He would have been the villain of Part 5 if he had lived that long.
Oh, damn.
Points.
What?
It would have happened.
For number 2, I'm gonna have to go with Priestess because, aw yeah, minerals and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah, Priestess is like it's one of the better stands before they get to Egypt because, I mean, I'm just going to throw my opinion out here right now. I just don't think that before they get to Egypt, it's like nearly as interesting
Not at
with
all.
like stands. Like, but like that fight is really cool though. And that's like a Rocky flexing his first muscles of like, you know, all other crazy stand abilities.
Mm-hmm.
There were some that were decent, but I think most of the, once you get to the Egyptian god ones, they get better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So for number 1, I'm gonna have to go with Mamma Mia, Pearl Jam. The Italian before the Italian Gay Boys with Tonio, my boy.
I mean, what a
I love
great ability.
food so fucking much. It's like Food Wars before Food Wars was a thing.
Except it's better because there's less sex in it.
This is true, and everyone gets healed.
Yeah, it's good for you.
I mean, your intestines fall out, but at the end of the day, you feel fine. It's fine. Have some pudding, and then your toe jam will be gone.
Oof, ouch, ow, my bones.
Oof, ouch.
Exactly.
Oh god, my head exploded. My headache's so much better now.
It's all
My
gone.
bonitis.
Bonitis. Very scientific.
Okay. That would leave me. So, I got Rolling Stones
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
because I just find that ability so incredible, and like, it's like the last stand we see.
Yeah, it's pretty shocking to have that be the last arc.
Used by a Jesus allegory.
Yeah.
Before
Yeah.
Jesus was actually featured in the series.
Yeah.
Horse race with Jesus.
Jesus.
Gyro, I know this race is important, but Jesus told me we have to kill the president.
Also, I'm still remembering the tweet that was, it's the last episode is going to be an hour long, and I just said an hour of Diavolo deaths.
Heh.
Yeah.
I'd pay to see that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. If they did like a bunch of them, yeah, obviously.
You know, if
Yeah.
you think about it, any death you imagine for Diavolo is technically canon.
That's true.
Heh.
Next would be Enigma.
I think it was pretty cool.
And oh,
Fold you in some paper.
Yep.
Pretty
What
cool.
was it? You can't marry an anime girl. They don't exist. Then I'll gladly turn into a piece of paper.
Yes.
that scene of Josuke just flipping over the paper and then there's a fucking gun is so iconic.
Oh,
This.
it's very good.
Fun. Next is Awaken 3 Leaves from Jojo,
Ooh, yeah.
which is the power to basically vector people.
The design of that is incredible.
I want to see someone cosplay that. I mean, it
Oh,
would
that'd be
dark.
cool. It could be, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine like
I
living
don't
your
like
life in like
the,
vape?
I don't like the name. I think it should be Turn by the Birds,
That'd be cool.
because it's basically DDR.
Yeah, it's a really cool. I think Part 8 has a lot of great stand designs. I really like Jobin's stand a lot.
Speed King.
Yeah, Speed
Oh,
King.
It's
Speed King is
space,
like
though.
Well, we only pull up the fucking
Yeah.
38 stands because of
I-
blinking.
yeah, it's not pretty.
No,
Oh, no, oh yeah, no, that thing is fucking hideous.
Yeah.
But it is pretty cool.
And
they're
then-
cool. I don't like 8 as much, I think, because I like the more organic, and I think 8 has they don't look as organic. They almost look
They're kind of like robotic. Yeah.
robotic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a
Ooh,
lot.
I forgot
a lot
to
of-
mention Born This Way. I thought Born
Oh.
This Way is kind of
Oh.
neat.
Yeah,
Born
Born
This
This
Way
Way is neat.
and then I have Catch the Rainbow.
Ooh.
Ooh,
I love
good old Blackmore.
I love Blackmore. I love Catch the Rainbow. I love the power. And at Katsucon this past year, there was a Catch the Rainbow cosplayer.
Oh, yes, there
Yes.
was.
Really?
Awesome.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, there was. It was good.
But like, oh my god, I've never seen that before.
Catch the Rainbow and Weather Report. Dude, they would be...
OTP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be like a really good... If those stands work together.
I mean, I ship it.
Best Buy, please, God, stop.
It would be good, but I don't know if it could be Oingo Ho Horse.
That is
Boingo
such a
horse.
routine.
Yeah, boingo.
Boingo.
I mean, I do enjoy, though, that there are certain stands that on their own they just aren't particularly good, but then when you get, like, Squallow and Tiz,
Yeah, I was about to say Clash and Talking Head.
they're
Yeah. Oh,
when you put those two together, they work out great. They're such a good team.
yeah, because it's like you can just get one person, like one of the people you're hunting down to basically kill all the other people by miscommunicating, like,
Yeah, and
and they're hot.
yeah, well, yeah,
Especially
How
in
They're
anime.
hot,
Especially
they're
in anime.
gay, they're Italian. What more could you want?
Yeah, they're everything. They're everything that I want, at least, in a JoJo's villain.
yeah, I do love them. I think though that one of the most useful stands to have would be Paisley Park.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just like a super upgraded GPS cell phone.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Like, amazing.
yeah.
See, I would say Killer Queen, but I also work retail.
I mean, you can just get rid of like any of your problems like instantly.
Exactly.
Plus, none of his explosions are actually heard by people. And yet,
Exactly.
Yeah.
sometimes they are.
I think
Well,
Nah.
basically, if you have Killer Queen, you also have Sure Heart Attack. You also have Bites the Dust.
Well, you might have. You'd probably definitely have like sheer heart attack, but I don't know about bites.
Because it is technically part of Killer Queen.
It's part of Killer
Pepper
Queens, but
Splat.
you'd have to stab yourself again with the arrow to see if it works.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
It might not work. I don't know.
Let's find out!
Yeah, right?
Hey all, Retro Rick here, and unlike a 20-page Muda, this won't be long this time, as I want to get back to this episode as soon as possible. This was so much fun making this show this week. Special thanks to Mama Dio, aka Lady Bloof, via Twitter, for being on. If you want to help us do better and get better audio, sound better, go to jlist.com to get stuff from Japan. Use our promo code to get 5% off your order. Visiting TL's Home of All Natural Mineral Teas, Home Bundle to get new and used video games. Your inbox every month, cancel anytime. Buy Kawaii Box. Use our link to get a loot box from Japan full of cute small things. Also, speaking of things from another world, you get new and up-to-date comics from Marvel, DC, and others. They also stock Funko Pop. If you live in the Connecticut area, head on over to Bobby's World of Cards and Comics at 749 Saybrook Road, Middletown, Connecticut. If you enjoy this episode and like what you hear and want to get better, or you don't want to hear this bit anymore from the talking, or if you want to hear conversations we had before and after the show, support us on our Patreon, or just support us in general. We also have a coffee page and PayPal page. All these links can be found in the description box below. By the way, you're hearing a song in cover of Fighting Gold by YouTube singer Iris. Check her out. All the stuff I just mentioned in the description box below. And now back to the show. Thanks for listening.
Okay, now it's time to talk about bad stands.
Oh boy.
Wonderful.
In part 6 of Stone Ocean, in part 2 of Guard Westwood's Secret, we have a young Poochie asking Dio what he thought was the worst stand, and
Well,
asked
not worst. Weakest.
the weakest
Yeah,
stand. What was it like? Dio said, "No matter who you are, you have strengths and weaknesses in your character. A king, that is, has his own strength, and a chef has his own." However, Dio said the weakest stand he ever saw was Survivor. It doesn't attack. It can't inflict damage or control people. Or make people fall asleep. All it can do is make people fight. However, Poochie would later find this power and use it for himself to his favor.
Of course. I mean, Pucci's pretty, intelligent, so he can figure out a way to get a lot of people locked in a closed space. And because it works on, like, electromagnetic, like, pulses, it's it's just a tiny, tiny pulse, and all it needs to do is sort of, like, build up over time. But it takes time, and it needs people to be, like, in an environment where they're already aggressive.
Yes. It gives you the
like
eye
a
of the tiger.
prison riot.
Exactly.
Or a concert.
Or the will to fight.
Yes.
Oh, if he released that at a concert, oh, man.
Exactly. Like, especially, like, maybe, like, a metal concert where people are kind of angry, moshing, everything. It would just be a fucking bloodbath.
Yeah, basically. But, it's weak in that it physically cannot do anything besides create those little, like, electromagnetic pulses.
So, before we get too into this, I'm going to say it now. I'm going to be vilified, and I do not care. Sex Pistols. Because all Mista does is fucking shoot himself. No, hear me out. He shoots himself on an average of 4 hours.
But Sex Pistols is so cute.
It is.
You also have to feed them bologna. So to everyone else, it just looks like some idiot is shoving bologna into his gun.
Hey, they are classy Italian guys. Okay, they're eating like prosciutto and roasted tomatoes and mozzarella. The Sex Pistols, they're classy. They're classy guys.
They also beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, and they eat cheeseburgers. I mean, the best Sex Pistol, since I'm gonna get on this for a second, is definitely number 5. By the way,
Yeah,
the one who gets bullied.
Yeah,
the one who gets bullied. Because he's like the underdog. He comes out on top.
That's true.
He gets bullied and cries constantly, and I relate.
He might in a different world. He might have even gotten his own stand.
Yeah. I guess.
Number 4.
Is that?
Oh no!
Your star.
Okay,
George Joseph.
Lady Bloof, we'll start off with you this time.
Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna just go instead of like maybe weak or whatever. How about just stands I just don't like,
That's fine.
which
That's fair.
like Yo-Yo Ma.
Get out of my house!
I just don't like it. It's not that the arc is particularly bad. I'm just like, every time I have to see it, I am like, wow, I don't like it.
You sure exist. Fuck off.
Like, I don't like you. I just really don't like you. It's kind of gross.
Yeah.
Me too.
I think that's the only one that, like, whenever I'm, like, sitting there looking at it, I'm like, man, I don't like this.
You just a stand you want to punch in the face.
Yeah.
Several times. Across several panels.
Yeah, definitely. That one.
7-page muta.
There you go.
Oh, God. I mean, speaking of that, Green Day is pretty fucking gross.
That is.
Is fair.
Sorry, are you about to say Green Day is a bad stand? Because I will flip a whole
No,
table.
it's not a bad stand. I'm just like, it's gross.
Sometimes the stuff with stands, it makes you a little uncomfortable to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, the way that, like, people are, like, being eaten out by, like, it's eating their body with this mold, and they're, like, just melting, basically, from it. It's, it's just, it's fun.
Great time.
Very horrible way to die.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think I'll have to also come back, because honestly, there's a lot of stands that I think aren't fantastic, but I'm like, well, but I liked the story that it had them, because even if Araki uses a stand that might not be like the coolest power ever, he usually tends to write an interesting arc using it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Like, Empress is basically just a big old tumor, but it gave us, like, some of the best old Sif moments.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, because, like, that stand's gross, but, like, that arc is fun.
Yeah, Empress and Bastet.
Oh, yeah, Bastet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
That
That's
ability,
great.
that ability is really good though, because it's just that it's like
Magnets and
there's
shit.
like magnets. It's like eventually it's like, okay, tiny screws.
And
Yeah.
Maria is one of my favorite characters to play in Eyes of Heaven.
Oh, Mariah's great. In
Mariah,
general,
hot.
too.
Mariah's Bay.
I have never seen anyone cosplay her either.
I've
That's
seen
awesome.
cosplay her.
I've seen a couple people around at cons sometimes do her, but it's not as often anymore that people do Part 3 villains.
Yeah.
Yeah, people love their Dio from Part 3.
Oh, yes. Well,
Oh, yeah.
what can I say?
Like
I
you'll see like the main gang and Dio, and like that's it. Maybe a Vanilla Ice if you're lucky.
Yeah, I was at a con recently where there was like a Hall Horse and a Boingo, and that was pretty good.
A Boingo. That's interesting.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's cool, though.
Rare Boingo.
I saw
Yeah.
a bunch of Johnny Joestars at Kineticon this year, and that made me really happy.
It's like a gang.
All
Yeah.
the Johnnies.
All the Johnnies. There's always, like, all the Johnnies in the Part 7 Steel Ball Run people. They're always cosplaying together.
Yeah.
A lot of gyros.
Yeah, if there's a Johnny, they have a gyro. I mean, it's sort of,
It's a given.
yeah, pretty
If
much.
Just like
lost,
if-
please return to
Never seen one
Gyro.
Yeah,
without
it,
the
like
other.
if there's a young Joseph, there's the Caesar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah.
You never see one without the other.
No, it's, those are two that almost are always together.
Yeah, it's the
And then there
JoJo's.
was that one
love.
year, I think it was that Katsu, maybe like 2 years ago, where there was a whole pastel JoJo group.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
yes.
Riley's group.
That's right.
Yeah. I love a lot of the older cosplays too, because people went really crazy with their outfits and colors, like before, any of the colored manga and before the anime stuff. People were just doing anything they wanted. It was pretty great.
Yeah,
But-
I always like the inverted colors in JoJo's. I mean, I love Red Fugo in Part 5 in the manga.
I'm still not used to a red Fugo because I played like a ASB so much, and I'd play Fugo. And then I never read the manga in Part 5 in color, so I'd never seen him in red before.
Why did you play a few?
It is quite jarring.
Yeah, it is. I was like, whoa, what's with the red? But I haven't read a lot of actually the manga in color because I'd already read it in black and white, so I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I still want to cosplay as Black Suit Kira.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. I actually.
However, me and a buddy want to get a group together of just the Speedwagon Foundation.
I love that. I love when people do Speedwagon Foundation cosplays. They're very fun.
Yeah, Speedwagon Foundation is very cool.
Extra points if somebody cosplays as Akira Otoshi disguised as a Speedwagon Foundation.
Oh, that would be such a fantastic Speedwagon Foundation group cosplay, like a bunch of them, and then one of them is Akira.
Well, I'm adding that to my list. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, Bloof, you have any more stands you think are weak or you don't like?
I mean, I don't like the Pork by Hat Kid one, but that's also just because it's like, wow, I don't know.
Wired Beck or whatever.
Wired, yeah.
Wired, yeah.
No, wait, the weakest stand ever actually is Chocolate Disco.
I always forget that one exists.
I kind of want to cosplay as Chocolate Disco.
Dude, he just comes up and he's like, I'm Chocolate Disco. And
Gets his fucking face kicked in.
let's get this started. And then he loses. So yeah, actually, I'm going to change all my answers, and Chocolate Disco is the worst stand.
I also want to cosplay as the 11 Men.
Oh, yeah, that would be another group one. I forget that one exists, too, because I'm too busy thinking about the Sugar Mountain at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
And then that just happens, the Tattoo You or whatever, and I'm like, what? Oh,
Yeah, it's Tattoo You with the 11 men, and it's just like, oh, you guys sure exist, and then they're gone.
yeah.
Because the only advantage they have is that there's 11 of them.
Yeah.
The stand itself actually sucks, but they have the sheer, amount of people.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's another one where at least he, finds a very interesting way to use it. But, I forget. There's a lot of stands in 7, actually, I forget exist until someone points them out.
That certainly happened.
That's how I feel about Part 3.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
You have any more? Or
I think no, I'm gonna stick with Chocolate Disco.
Chocolate Disco? Okay.
We're done.
Cass?
Hi, this is me. Hang on, I can get you a whole fucking list. I know you mentioned ones that just kind of make you uncomfortable earlier, and I'd like to add on Rat to that.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's kind of gross.
Those people
Like,
those people in that fucking fridge.
I
Ugh.
hate it,
Ugh.
but it keeps me up at night.
That episode also had a different animator on it, so that's why it was like even grosser than normal, because just the way they did it was like very oof.
Yeah.
Very
It's like the one episode of Diamond I can't watch just because it's too like. Ugh.
Yeah, it's gross.
It is probably my favorite episode of Diamond, though. It's just like the arc is so cool, and like
you got some Josuke and Jotaro bonding.
It was awesome. It was great to see Jotaro back in action again. You know, like an ability so strong, not even the world could beat it.
Well, he's been out of shape for like 10 years, though, so he can't. Like
that's true.
Busy studying and shit.
It's also fun watching Jotaro get his ass handed to him because I fucking hate him.
Hey, I'm with you on that one.
He's like the Mary Sue of the JoJos.
Yeah.
Which brings me to my next point. So, people that Jotaro has used the world on include an immortal time-stopping vampire who killed all of his friends and his grandfather.
Yeah.
A serial killer who is actually incredibly powerful by the series standards, despite Araki saying, no, I didn't want him to be that strong. And a fucking rat.
A fucking rat.
I mean, he uses it on Poochie, but Poochie's too cool for school.
Afton Baby is another one I hate because it's literally just an invisible baby.
Okay.
It has no purpose other than, hi, I make its user constantly invisible.
Hey,
and it's like so misused too, because like it happens just in part 4, but yeah, but we could have seen quote unquote seen more of Shizuka in part 5 and 6, but like Araki never used her after that, which I feel like wasted potential. If
people had asked him if he was ever going to bring Shizuka back, and he's like, no.
I'm also just going to get Cheap Trick out of the way.
Ah, fuck.
Parasitic stands
there
being stupid.
Do you not like Heiya? Heiya
is fucking stand. Get to my face.
Heiya doesn't do anything.
But he won.
Yeah. Like at first I thought like Heiya actually was like in somehow, affecting anything, but then like Araki was like, oh, Heiya doesn't actually do anything.
Yeah.
At all.
That's just what they want you to think.
Yeah. Heiya just encourages the user, and that's it.
You know what? I feel like some people need that, though. I know I would use that once in a while.
Like having
just a nice little
super high confidence, that's like pretty big. Most people don't have like exceedingly high confidence. Like for me, that would be really helpful. All
you need is a stand on your shoulder telling you can do it.
Yeah. I mean, kind of like Sex Pistols, they kind of do that. They're like, oh, mister, you're cool, but can you feed us, dude?
Can I have some food?
Yeah, bro, I need a cheeseburger. Keep
no
doing
wonder
this
he
thing.
smells funny.
There's spaghetti in his pockets, and he keeps it there.
Not touch of my spaghetti.
I also don't like Paper Moon King. I'll just throw that out there.
Oh, that's fair. I mean, it's like...
It sure exists. That's all I can say about it. And I don't like Harvest.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Sorry.
Very, very
doesn't help that the user is like kind of a scumbag.
Oh yeah, I hate this 12-year-old.
I could literally go on a rant about how much I hate Shigechi.
Well, it's a good thing he's dead.
Yeah. And nothing of value was lost.
I agree with that sentiment completely. Like, you are not alone. I don't,
Skinny little shitbag who tried to like rip off Josuke and Okuya.
No, they tried to rip him off first.
I mean, yeah.
That's true. That's true. But like, he was like, oh, well, fuck you guys. I'm going to, like, take all this shit now.
Well, if you were 12 and two teenagers tried to steal your money...
I'd probably stab them. The only upside of Harvest, besides, like, yeah, if you lose things, like, there go the little bug boys. But also imagine, like, if you gave each of those little bug boys, like, a tiny knife.
They stab. They do his little stab.
It would be like Bad Company, but 1,000-fold.
Damn.
What if Harvest? They look like little bee things. What if they all had like stingers on their back?
Oh, that would be so cool. Missed
Yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah, that really, boom, that improves the stand 1,000-fold.
Yeah.
But
Take
as
notes,
it is,
Rocky.
it's just still that little bee thing that runs around going, meh, and takes your shit.
Well, but that's not a bad.
Thanks.
That's
I mean, it's
great
good for
stand.
me, because if they take the shit, then I can have the shit.
Yeah, if that's your stand, then you're like, well, you know what? That's pretty cool.
I got a whole bunch of loose change. Awesome.
Yeah.
But that also means if you are taking the shit, are you not also a greedy little bastard? Just like
Probably. A little
Yeah.
bit.
I mean,
I think how you use Harvest says so much about your character,
Probably.
as opposed to it just being like, yeah, it's a little bee thing that grabs shit.
Yep.
Like, you can use that for a lot, but I feel
Yeah.
like
I could pick up trash.
exactly.
I'd
But
be down
no,
with that.
said to get you was like, I want money.
he's 12.
Pay
You guys are my friends,
Or
so I'll
11.
take advantage of you.
It's pay
I mean, it's kind of what a child would do, so I'm not
That's
really
true.
like I can't really dispute it too much.
Yeah.
gives this power to this child. I also don't like Adam Hartfather.
Wow.
Daddy's in a Polaroid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Adam Hartfather. I didn't understand how. I was like, is this actually a stand or is it just a ghost in a photograph?
Ghost.
Diamonds
And
Unbreakable
school.
really blurs that supernatural line more than most other parts of
Oh,
JoJo's
is-
after like part 2.
Like, is Mikitaka actually an alien?
Is he?
Yeah, right?
Earth, wind, and fire.
Earth,
Yeah.
Wind, and Fire.
Like,
Which isn't ever clarified if it's actually a
Never.
stand, because you can't see stands. So it might just be that, yes, this funky little space Legolas is an alien.
Space Legolas.
I like that. That's canon.
Accurate.
Yep.
He's going to show up in
who's next?
Ty.
All right. Let's see. I got like 4. You want me to limit it down to 3?
Nope, go ahead.
All right. So at the bottom is the sun, which my boyfriend points out is kind of lame because it only really works for the user if they're hiding. Followed up by Boys to Men because it's activated by fucking rock, paper, scissors. Like, how lame is that?
Oh, God. Worse
Like,
than
that's lame,
worse.
but it gives Rohan some more opportunities to do shit. And who doesn't want to see Rohan do shit?
I mean, it's like so lame that I think it cancels out Rohan being in it.
That's true. As opposed to, like, Gucci, which was the Gucci thing, which was just enhanced by Rohan.
Right,
Or
yeah.
maybe-
Rohan is,
Or maybe
Rohan
Rohan
and
wasn't
Bloof.
enhanced by the Gucci. Who knows?
they go hand in hand.
They do.
I would think. Like,
I don't know. I feel like I might get some trouble with this one, but Notorious B.I.G. because I feel like if you have to die for your stand to activate, it's a pretty bad stand.
That is fair.
that's
Yes,
fair.
but also consider Highway to Hell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
He's on my-
fuck.
he's on my
Yeah,
list.
that one. Oof.
Yeah.
For this- If the user is, if the Highway to Hell literally doesn't work unless the user is suicidal.
yeah.
True.
I think I really just like that arc because it's the only time Trish really gets to use her stand, and it makes
That's
me kind of
true.
sad she doesn't ever get to. She totally got fugoed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is hard though because when you're saying like weakest and worst stand, it's like, well, that arc is great, but to have a stand where you have to die for it to activate, that's a bad stand for you.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily like a bad stand, part of the story,
The
but
man
like,
who looked like a giant waffle.
but it would sure suck to have it. It's like, Cheap Trick,
Oh,
Cheap Trick.
God,
Although,
Cheap Trick.
like, looking at Karne, would we really want to keep him alive?
Probably not.
He didn't even say anything.
He just breathed menacingly, and it made me fear.
How else do you breathe in JoJo?
Not like that.
Oh, and I mean, I didn't do this in any particular order, but Superfly is kind of dumb in that you trapped in a pylon, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Like, it could work for you, but at the same time...
yeah. Like, because the use of it is so limited, you have to lure other people in.
Exactly.
Although, okay, hear me out.
Listening.
So if they took the Angelo stone and put it inside Superfly, wouldn't that negate Superfly's power of trapping people?
That is
Because
an
the Angelo
excellent
Stone
question.
wouldn't leave.
Oh.
Think about it. Food for thought.
Angelo's the first Rocky one.
Confirmed.
Yeah.
It was all foreshadowing.
Yes. All right, Chris, you're up.
All right, so I really want to say that I feel like Magician's Red is probably one of the worst stands, just
What?
like coming right out of the gate.
I mean, it's just a big old fire
What?
chicken.
It's like
That's
you
so
have
cool.
like it's cool, but like he has like so many liabilities to like actually, you know what I mean? Because he can still be burned alive by the fire and stuff.
That is true.
So
Yeah.
it's like you know, it's not even like with like you know, Gyakyo and like White Album where it's like, oh yeah, cool, I'm gonna freeze all your limbs and kill you, but you know,
I'm
I
in
can
my
get as
cool
close to you as
suit.
well. Yeah, and
His
in my
little
cool
cat
bulletproof suit, like Avdol just doesn't have a lot of protection, and it shows like when he gets hit by Whole Horse. Like, I mean, he's just like Avdol doesn't really do that much in Stardust Crusaders. It feels like
Just the Egyptian babysitter. That's his job.
he's like, ho ho, I foretell fate.
He's a cool guy, though.
He's the
He's
token
a cool
brown
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say the worst stand to have.
Not the worst stand to have, just like I think high liability compared to like how a lot of stands got like thrown, you know, like people get stands later where it's like, oh yeah, I can't be hurt by my own ability and shit like that, you know.
And I mean, like, you have other stands that control other types of elements. You have Weather Report that controls the weather. You have Red Hot Chili Peppers, which can allow you to manipulate electrical devices. You have the two different water stands, Geb and Aqua Necklace. Like, there's not really a liability with any of those stands. Like, Akira never has to worry about getting electrocuted, and
Yeah.
neither
Oh, he does,
of the
though.
users. He does? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he does.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
They all actually could get hurt by their own stands.
That's true. You could drown with the water type
And
stands.
Jojo literally kills himself with his stand.
That's true. You got me there.
Only-
It's
Yeah,
really been a
definitely
while, so
happens.
sometimes like I kind of forget shit like that.
The only one that isn't technically a liability to its own user is White Album.
Yes.
Because he
yeah.
already has a suit in place to keep him from getting frozen. True.
Exactly.
Yeah, White Album is a pretty good one.
Probably like Green Day also, because like he can't get affected by his own mold, can he?
Yes, he can.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. That was in the helicopter. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
he uses it to his advantage because it doesn't like rot him. It just stops him from bleeding out, which is extremely useful.
Oh, if you're also-
He's the Dr. Stein of JoJo.
Yeah, but talking about stands that could accidentally kill yourself with Purple Haze.
I was
That's
about
true,
to
that's
yeah,
true.
Purple Haze. I understand why Fugo would never want to use Purple Haze because, like, I mean, good chance you could die. Like, if there's like some bugs around and they like get it and then they fly on you or something, you're probably
You're
just like
fucking
dead.
dead.
Yeah, like
You're
you're
dead,
dead.
you're
Oh,
dead.
if the wind blows, you're probably dead.
Yeah.
So like, it's probably better he didn't use the stand. Another stand, I'm gonna say Judgment is pretty bad. Like
Whole fun.
the wishing.
But that's pretty cool.
Oh no, the judge. I'm thinking of
You're thinking,
Justice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
The Jew words. The
Oh,
JU words.
Judgment. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, wait.
It's like,
Hail
it's
to
the hail you. Because it's like, one, if you can't see stands if you're not a stand user, you can't use this on anybody else other than stand users.
Mm.
And like, also, I mean, like, I feel like if you had a stand, you'd be like, I'm not going to wish to this giant robot genie.
Unless you're Polnareff.
Yeah, unless you're Polnareff. I
Unless
mean,
you're a
Polnareff
dumb
land.
Frenchman.
he is a certain kind of special though.
He's
Yes.
a special boy.
Yeah, I love him, but he's a special
love-
boy.
One of many.
Because
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, what does it really do? All it does is like, oh, it makes zombies of things that you wish for. Unless you don't wish for that, then I'll just like make fake piles of gold and stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. It kind of sucks
Like-
as a stand to have.
Like it literally is a stand that could only work on Polnareff.
What about Okuyasu?
It were,
Yeah.
Or
okay.
Okuyasu.
Like Polnareff's character. Like I mean, like I'm looking at like the list right now, and right before that was Death 13, and that was like
I love
Cassie Ween's
Death
main
13.
fight. Yeah, like
The other team
Yeah.
is kind of neat.
yeah,
Death
Death
13 's
13 was
awesome.
cool.
Like
Baby
Yeah,
Freddy Krueger.
the baby smoking a cigar
Baby-
in the manga, amazing,
Baby stand.
Amazing.
amazing.
Lolly Ho.
Lolly
Death
ho.
13.
Let's see.
Araki flexing on how much he hates dogs again.
Oh,
Yeah, holy shit. Rocky hates dogs so much. It's pretty ridiculous. Um,
Oh, another element stand is the Fool. We forgot about that one.
Yeah, it's a boy
Because it
Iggy.
does say,
Yeah.
I was saying. He
Yeah,
never
about
hurts
Iggy.
himself with it, though.
exactly. So I guess that's another safe one.
And I guess Horus, too, because of ice.
Oh yeah.
Oh!
Forgot about my boy Pet Shop.
Yeah.
oh, Pet Shop.
Oh, actually, Holly stand, whatever. That's a pretty bad one.
That
Oh,
would
yeah.
be a contender for a bad stand.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's like the default bad stand because it doesn't do anything and it just kills you.
Yeah.
I love Horus is in Eyes of Heaven because he's like one of my favorite combos to use with anyone. You just sit up on top of the banister of the Joestar Mansion, just flinging ice at people.
Yeah, you can't just do that.
Heck
But
yeah.
they don't let you fly infinitely like
No.
in the Capcom game.
Yeah.
He got nerfed. He was too powerful.
Yeah. They
I'm
nerfed
also going to give some bad standpoints to Soft Machine, Zucchero, because like that's a kind of like weird one.
Oh, Soft
I
Machine,
can
yeah.
see the use for it.
Very
Like-
specific.
Yes, but imagine like how much stuff you could hide on you. You know,
That's true.
like
oh, yeah.
plane tickets. You
What?
save so much money because you could hide your friends in your pockets. Like going to
Oh.
cons. Come on,
Yeah.
You could pack your friends in your luggage.
exactly.
You could pack a boat out of another boat.
That's
Oh
true.
yeah.
You could have two boats.
You
You'd
hide.
even have a boat.
Imagine how much like booze you could smuggle. Like, come
Aw,
on.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, like.
Oh no!
Step
Speaking of
back.
great stands, fucking Mr. President.
There's
Oh, yeah.
there's a boost
Oh
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr.
Foil.
President's amazing. I love Coco Jumbo.
Yeah, Coco Jumbo. But like, speaking of being able to like put anything in anywhere,
Well,
like it's your own personal like travel room.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
just like you
You're-
never
you're-
have to pay for a
Coco
hotel.
Jumbo is your suitcase.
Yeah.
Oh hey, can you hold on to my turtle for like 3 days? Boom.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Nijimura Brothers father stand also pretty terrible.
Was that a
That's the
stand?
cop-out.
Was that a stand?
It is a
Its
stand.
stand power is immortality.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot.
Yeah.
Just being a,
Negro's lens.
being a little gremlin man.
Immortality makes you fucking ugly as shit.
Well,
Gremlin Man.
that is from Dio's flesh bud
Yeah.
Oh, flesh
melting
buds.
him after Dio died, but then he could die because of the stand, I guess. I forget it.
Jesus Christ. Hello, kitty cat.
Yeah, it was like something with the flesh buds because they did that for like a little bit in part 3, and then they're like, whatever, we're not going to do that anymore.
Well, there weren't any more vampires, and there weren't any more.
Oh yeah, the
flesh-blooded
people that were
things.
loyal to Tia.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I guess Boys to Men also. I mean, I think that's
Yeah, I
been
had
said.
Boys to Men on
Or-
the list.
Was-
Yeah,
Because,
But-
yeah.
Boys to Men
Rock,
is
paper, scissors.
terrible.
Yeah.
John Ken.
John
John-
Ken.
Oh. My cat is there and would like to say hello.
Say hello, cat.
Hello.
Hello, cat.
He's adoring
Yeah,
you.
meow.
Okay. So for me, Harvest. Because I hate Sagechi and I hate Harvest.
Fuck spaghetti.
Yeah.
Man, fuck that guy.
Yeah,
He
fuck
had
him.
it coming.
Next,
He had it coming.
Next, even though I like him, Catch the Rainbow has a drawback. It's only effective when it rains.
Truth.
Hey, if that was Minecraft,
You just put the right seed in there, and bam, you're ready to go.
Next is Cheap Trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one pretty much sucks.
Highway to Hell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you have to kill yourself in order to kill your target.
oh,
Yeah.
do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because I thought it was like the lovers, except way amplified.
No, it's as the user is attempting suicide, it's happening to its target.
Oh,
Yeah.
You
that's
have
way worse than I thought. Jesus
yeah, so
Christ.
as he's trying to like, kill himself or whatever he's doing, he's either drowning himself or like hanging himself or whatever, it's happening to the target. But he has to be like doing that to himself.
Jesus Christ.
Next is from Jojolian. It doesn't have a name yet, but it's Kato Higashika's stand.
Oh,
the deck of cards.
the cards.
Yeah,
The
that
deck-
lets you hide stuff in it, which I'm gonna call abracadabra.
Oh, that reminds me a bit of that Purple Haze feedback one, but not, all along the Watchtower, but not,
Yeah.
it's not that
just
stand,
a
but
worse version of burning down the house and Coco Jumbo.
Oh, burning down the house. That's such a cool stand.
it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Next I have Heya. No abilities, no powers. It's basically a hype man.
Yeah, it's your personal
It's
hype
Speedwagon.
man, which I agree.
That's
I
all
agree.
it's
Yeah.
Speedwagon.
But it's not Speedwagon.
But is
without any of the
Speedwagon not
charm.
the best?
That's true. He is.
What if the stand was just Speedwagon, though?
Then it would immediately be the best stand.
Truth.
Because you have your own personal waifu with you 24/7.
That's Jonathan Stand Speedwagon.
Plot twist.
Then I have from Stardust Crusaders, Kumin, who the ability to basically cosplay.
That's
But would that be really useful for
Like-
cosplay?
that'd be so cool. Yeah, it'd be so useful
Yeah.
for cosplay.
Same with wouldn't Cinderella also come in handy for cosplay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Cinderella.
time limits would be annoying.
But if you
Cinderella
just
is
have to
beautiful in general.
reapply lipstick every half hour, you're like, okay, I guess I could do that.
Okay, and my last one, Dragon's Dream, with the power
Yeah.
of feng shui.
Oh
mean-
boy.
It's
mean-
literally only useful if you're trying to kill somebody, and even then, it can't do it itself. You have to do it with your own bare hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess in terms of getting a stand, I would be like, how do I even use you?
You gotta stand. Now you're going to jail for murder. Bitch.
Well, plus
I mean,
I think it's like
I
a sentient stand too.
It is it's a
Yeah.
impartial sentient stand. Like, I like Dragon's Dream, just I like sentient stands, and I like that it tries to help everyone out and then he'll be like, hey, stop that, and he's like, listen, I gotta help them out, I'm impartial. Like, I like it, but that doesn't make it a good stand to have.
Fucking suck.
No. Having someone that's impartial is like, hey, this you could just exploit this over here and get a chance to win,
That's what the stand is doing for Foo Fighters as the fight is happening.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the fight's going on, and the guy's like, stop helping her.
Okay. Okay. Now that's all done, it's time for a little bit of extra fun. I gave you guys a challenge to come up with your own stands and power and its name.
Oh, wonderful. Yes.
Chris, you're up first.
All right, so I think I'm gonna have a stand that gives me perfect center of gravity. So can balance on anything, pivot really easily, have really good mobility, and it's gonna be called tub thumping.
God damn it.
Get knocked down, you get back up again, and then it's never gonna keep you down.
That's fantastic. Oh my god. Bloof.
Oh. Okay, sorry, I was laughing too hard. My stand is Vampire Weekend, and I'm a vampire, but only on the weekends.
Oh, no, you
Yeah.
can't make funny ones. Mine is totally serious.
No, I've never seriously, every time someone asks me, what's your stand? I'm like, I don't know. And I just say that.
Nice. Taiga.
Oh crap! I actually forgot about this, so I'm coming up for it now. Can you just let me have a minute to brainstorm?
Yeah.
You get nothing.
Cass.
That's fine.
Cass.
Just watch invisible fighting. It's fine.
So mine, like I said, I actually made a totally serious one. I didn't know I was supposed to be funny for once in my life. Mine has the ability to make its user completely imperceivable. Like, you can touch them, but you wouldn't know it. They're not invisible. They're not, completely gone. They're still there. You just can't perceive them.
Oh,
No, yeah.
That's terrifying.
Like a
That's
glamour.
a really good ability.
Yes, and it's called Do You Feel Me, after the Oliver Tree song.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow. Yeah, you put a lot of thought into that. That's awesome.
All right. Mine. Now I have two, but one is really obvious. The joke one is the one I always make. its name is All Star.
Of course.
Yes, and it gives you, and it makes you impervious to pain. But the only way to activate it is to make the shape of an L on your forehead. All right, but no. My stand is it has a range of 5 meters, which is about 16 feet. And when the user activates its power, the power is called sensation. And then when the target is in range, it basically becomes blind, deaf, and dumb. It loses all its senses: sight, hearing, and it becomes mute. And it lasts for 5 minutes. And the stand is called Pinball Wizard. Because we have yet to have a stand or a user named after the Who.
That's perfect, and they can use the spin.
Yes. And we use the spin, yes. And its user is called Maxwell Silverhammer.
That name fucking slaps.
It's a Beatles reference.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, because even in the supplemental stuff, we don't have anything named after the Who.
No.
I never thought of that.
Is there an a Michael Jackson stand?
Yeah, Eluso, Man in the Mirror.
Right, Man in the Mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, which one is it? Yeah, Man in the Mirror.
I love Man in the Mirror.
Yeah.
I like how it looks like a funky turtle.
It does.
There's a stand called Evil Dead.
Is there?
Yeah.
Wait.
From George Joestar.
George Joestar.
Oh, right, where they're named after movies.
Yeah.
And Abakio has Videodrome.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I choose to forget.
Long live the new Flash.
Listen, it's okay too because George Joestar is just a mess of a thing.
Yes, the Videodrome. Long live the new Flash.
Yep.
Oh my god.
White Snake Ultimate, Stray Dog.
Oh my god,
Also, I'm like 90% sure it's pronounced Jorge because he is Spanish.
Well, yeah, it would be, but
Yeah, I love
George's.
Joestar.
George Joestar.
George
Joestar.
Because whenever I cosplay as Darby, I have to say Mr. Joestar.
Mr. Joestar.
Mr. Joestar.
Mr. Joestar, I'm finna head out.
I still want to have a photo shoot because since I do cosplay as Darby, I want to have a photo shoot of the coin game. With Jojo.
That'd be good.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Barbie.
Because I've actually tried that on my own. That is hard.
That's a fun one.
I cosplay Kakyoin, so...
Is he?
Were you ever at AAC with someone carrying a Kakyoin body pillow?
Nice.
No, it was a Kakyoin carrying around a Herfermet green body pillow for the stand.
Oh, where can I get one of those? Hang on.
I'm sure somewhere. I'm sure someone sells them somewhere.
Oh yeah. If you just Google it, you'll find like instant results.
That's fine. I do Dio, and I have my Poochie body pillow.
Nice. Yeah.
Body pillow.
My girlfriend has a Diego body pillow with the lizard side on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I just say though, when I went to Google Hierophant green body pillow,
Oh no.
the first thing my fucking Google suggested was Star Platinum bites Hierophant green.
Oh, like the one where he's in its mouth. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that little. It's pretty funny.
That was the thing that happened.
It is the thing that happened. He bit him.
Can we put that up in like the video? Just like
Make that the thumbnail.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I have an idea for a stand, but it's probably stupid. Okay, it's called Careless Whisper, and it activates when the user makes eye contact with somebody across the room, and the song just starts playing. They're just drawn to each other.
Gravity.
Gravity, how does that work?
Tell me, do you believe in
Do
gravity?
you believe in gravity?
Oh God, I am defying gravity.
Yes.
That is a beautiful stand, and I love it.
Yeah, that's a good stand.
See, I was just gonna say it makes you really bitchin' on the saxophone, but yours is...
Ooh, that would have been good too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Stan's ultimate talents are like pretty good.
That would be fun too. I'm actually looking through like my iTunes right now and just being like, I wonder if this would be a stand.
Me frantically pulling up Spotify.
Music.
I think that'll wrap it up for us for the worst best stands. Remember, in the words of Dio spoke, there is no such concept as strong or weak stands. It all depends on the user's mindset. So if you enjoy this episode, maybe we'll do another one talking about our favorite JoJo moments in general, or just do a JoJo randomizer which matches random stands to users, like what whole horse used Sex Pistols or Mista used the Emperor. Or Poochie used Heaven's Door. Maybe Kira could use Dirty Deeds.
Done dirt cheap.
Or Filthy Acts at a reasonable price.
Yes.
What about Cars using her from that grain?
Cars with Killer Queen.
Jesus Christ. Part 2 over. We're done.
The ultimate life form.
Okay. Chris, where can we find you?
You can find me on Facebook. I am posting a lot of stuff under my page, CRE Productions, right now, but I'm sure I'm going to be branching out. I'm doing like cooking videos. I think I'm just going to start doing some old Windows gaming stuff in the coming weeks too, podcasts that I'm doing with you, so you can see what I'm up to there.
You going to play a lot of Minesweeper?
Oh, I'm going to play a little game called Chips Challenge.
Yes!
Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, Chip Challenge is so good. I'm really excited. I had to emulate Windows 3.1 on DOSBox.
Nice.
To install those games. It was a real challenge, so you'll have to just wait and see how it pans out.
All right, Taiga, can we find you any place?
I mean, you can find me all kinds of places. I usually go under the moniker Aaron the Trickster on Twitch and Archive of Our Own. If you feel like reading any trashy fan fictions, I'm the guy for you.
Nice. Cass, how about you?
You can find me on Instagram as Breaking Oblivion. It's all one word. You can find me on Twitter as Hierarofint, because I'm a slut for Kakumin. You can find me on Facebook, my cosplay page, Sad Boy Cosplay. That's 3 separate words, and the Y in boy is replaced by an I.
As it should.
Hell yeah.
Lady Bloof, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter or Instagram at Lady Bloof, both for each of them. And, I mean, I mostly just do cosplay, but if you like JoJo, I talk about it 24/7, absolutely nonstop.
Yeah, you do.
I sure do.
Even go to Italy.
Oh, I am. I'm going to see Araki in Italy, and I cannot wait. So
Is that it?
Yes.
that is
When is Araki going to be in Italy?
at the end of October.
Oh my god, I wish I had known.
Clear your calendars, everyone.
I'm
Yes.
going so I can propose to him. See y'all bitches later.
Oh man, that's awesome. Have fun with that.
Thank you.
You can find me on Twitter at DefaultRick. Follow the show on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram under SuperFancomShow. Email us at superfancomshow@gmail.com. Check out our affiliates you heard during the break, JLS.com, Humble Bundle, Things from Another World, The Green Tea House, or if you have PayPal, Coffee, or Patreon, we have special features for you all, like uncut episodes, pre-recorded stuff after or before the show. Every little bit helps, even if it's $1, you'll get something in return.